What's going on, y'all? It's Mr. Mass Man slash Mr. Love Man slash Cat Daddy. Today, I will be reviewing slash reacting to the Nina Turner Breakfast Club interview. Now, it is December the 14th, I believe. December the 14th, I believe, is December the 14th. Yesterday was the 13th. 13th of December. You know, I'm a good guy, but I'm, like Jason Voorhees in a way. I feel like a monster. But, so the evil Jason, his his kind of special day is Friday the 13th on October. But my special day is December the 13th on a Wednesday. I was laid back, didn't really do too much work, did like one short. Um, I had to show my god dang ID again. That's curious. I know that there's good people in YouTube fighting for the man, fighting for the kid. But I think it's curious that even though all my channels are linked together, I had to produce, a driver's license a second time, to get into my account. But it is what it is. Now, all my stuff is unlocked and I can pretty much do what I want to do, come January 6th. As you know, my name is Edward J. Anderson, capital J, capital R. The capital J, capital R stands for Joker. Joker, like a clown, like the person who would entertain and make the king laugh. The comic book character Heath Ledger, the Joker. That's what the JR stands for. It does not stand for Junior. I'm only a junior in reference to one man, Patrice O'Neal. And to be clear, that is not my actual literal father. He is my spiritual father, and I am his only begotten son. Okay. So let's get into this interview. As you know, if you go to my page, click on the Mr. Mass Man and Mr. Love Man, Mr. Mass Man slash Mr. Love Man slash Cat Daddy, and look up the woman who I truly love, Brittany Williams. If you watch the whole video, that'll kind of describe how I feel, about Nina Turner. I feel like Brittany, if she, could have, followed and pursued her dreams, if I could have, let me not put it on her. I'm the man. If I could have manned up back in those days, if I could have stood up and been, the caliber of person that I was supposed to be, if I could have got over my Joe Jackson, Michael Jackson psychological scars that my daddy put on to me, and I could have told that woman that I loved her, then she could have been everything that Nina Turner is, and if not even greater. She's that special. She's that wonderful. How you doing, Ty? Oh, I like your outfit. Um, she's really, she's really Brittany's an amazing person, and Nina is an amazing person, and Nina is like one of the few politicians who I actually, really look up to, and Nina is a statesman, you know, a statesman. She's not a politician. She's a statesman. She's somebody who is like, she's a freedom fighter. She's a statesman. She's somebody who was, really for the people, who really wants to see, you know, black people in particular, because she mentioned the hood, because this is like my third watch, but she really wants to see people win, and she really like speaks truth to power, and she stands in a line of fire, and and she's gorgeous, and she stands for so much, man, and I really love her, as a leader, as a fucking leader. I ain't gonna mention no name, but the black community that has an actual leader. I ain't gonna talk about nobody, who used to be a Mac. But Nina Turner is a goddamn leader. That's a leader, and that's a black woman. She ain't afraid of what could happen. She ain't making up stories about the FBI, trying to assassinate her. She the real deal. Okay, so I think I did enough of an introduction. So just so you know my sign offs. Let me do those before I get started because I don't know. This is gonna be my third watch, but I'm gonna be reacting to it. Maybe you can hear it in these headphones, maybe you can't, because I'm not on a laptop, I'm not on a desktop, so I have to kind of do it how I have to do it. So you know, let's get it in. In the words of Thug Titian, the evil baby mama slayer, the ones who would put those wicked, nothing, but women in check, for trying to suck everything out of a man and not doing nothing for him. He would say more later, later. In the words of Daniel Freeman, the creator and the founder of the Rise and Grind, riseandgrind.com, how to make a dollar out of 15 cents, the man who would stack chips, eat chips, make chips, flip chips, and had the dollar water hustle in addition to so many other hustles, that are going by the wayside. He was a real one. Called the man on the phone, didn't put me on the spot and make me call into his silly ass live stream. He was a real one, you know. And he ain't like them sissies neither, So he was a real one. So Thug Titian, Daniel Freeman would say next time, partner, and in my words, the judge. Bang bang is the sound of the gavel. Bang bang is the sound of the gun. And of the beyond the rap. The beyond the rap. Y'all have been beyond cruel. The shit y'all, the things that the world and the people, everything that's been done to me, throughout my life, y'all have been beyond cruel. Y'all, especially Oshner's LSU Hospital. Oh my God. My sister, my lunatic daddy, the school system, man, y'all have been beyond cruel. I am beyond old. I'm an old man. I know I was born July 2nd, 1989. I'm technically 34, but I'm so much older than your mind could possibly imagine. I'm older than your mind could imagine. The only thing older than me is the entity and the force known as death, the Grim Reaper. Skinny white dude named Brad. I'm gonna do something about the Grim Reaper's Grim Reaper trap. Something that I believe that Patrice broke out of. Okay. The Beyond the Rap. Y'all have been beyond cruel. I am beyond old and I am beyond cold. I am beyond good and I am beyond great. I am beyond straight and I am beyond sweet. I am beyond kind and I am beyond fine. Something like wine. I am the beyonder and I am beyond you. Okay. Thug Titian, the evil baby mama slayer, the one who would stand up for thugs. He would say more later. Later, in the words of Daniel Freeman, riseandgrind.com, how to make a dollar out of 15 cents. Next time, partner. And in my words, the judge. Bang bang is the sound of the gavel. Bang bang is the sound of the gun. And the beyond the rap, y'all. Y'all have been beyond cruel. I am beyond old and I am beyond cold. Shout out Danny Myers. Y'all have been beyond cruel. I am beyond old and I am beyond cold. I am beyond good and I am beyond great. I am beyond straight and I am beyond sweet. I am beyond kind and I am beyond fine. Something like wine. I am the beyonder and I am beyond you. Okay, now let's get into this Nina Turner Breakfast Club interview that came out on December 13th, 2023. Okay, let's get it. You look amazing. Yes. Can I get up? Can I get up? Can I get up? Oh my God. She cried that. Yes, she is looking amazing. I hope you can hear her in my headphones because it's recording. I know y'all could have heard JD. Y'all can hear JD, so you can probably hear this too. I'm gonna title this the sexy Nina Turner Breakfast Club interview. The sexy Nina Turner. She don't want to hurt nobody. She don't want to beat you up. She is she a sister girl, real black woman. Did you know Brittany Williams? You know, college sweetheart. She has like a stab wound, you know, on one of her hands. I can't remember if it's the right or left, but she got into like a knife fight with a boy at when she was like a young girl. Like she was like got into like a knife fight with a boy, and she like had a stab mark through like one of her hands. Brittany was a real gangster, man. Got a stab mark through one of her hands, man. She ain't nothing to play with, man. I don't know what she doing right now. She's talking about eating at Thanksgiving. You know, black people, you know, have like, you know, I think that there one book that I really care about that really means a lot to me is Dr. Joe Furman's Eat to Live. He actually has a YouTube page now. Dr. Joe Furman. You know, I don't want to eat like that all the time. I don't want to eat fruits. I don't want to eat nothing but fruits and vegetables. But I believe if that's like your center of your diet, like green leafy vegetables, you know, smoothies with fruit, and you know, smooth fruities and all that stuff. I believe that can be so good for you, so wonderful for your health, you know, and then you can eat the fried chicken and but cook it right, have cooked stuff right, study Gordon Ramsay, study Emeril Lagasse, Elton Brown from the Food Network, there's a way to have, a diet of rich, delicious food and also have a healthy diet. Cornell Russ. So I think it's very important to have a healthy, great diet. Um, One thing, whether you can hear it or whether you cannot, Nina Turner is talking about the importance of politicians earning your vote. I really appreciate that she's saying that you need to earn the vote, that you don't automatically get to vote because you're a Democrat or because you're a Republican. You have to earn the vote. You have to do something for the people. You can't just sit on, what have you done for me lately? I really, I really appreciate, that she says that, you have to do something. You have to, you have to do something for the people. You have to help the people. You can't just enrich yourself as a politician and get things for yourself. You have to do something for the community. One thing that I would like to suggest, since this is the Nina Turner interview, I think there needs to be such a thing as low income. Hold on. I think there needs to be such a thing as low income cars, like brand new cars that are priced specifically for people who are low income, like people who make like $20,000 or less, like Family Dollar workers, people like me, check flippers. I'm gonna make a video about what a check flipper is, but I ain't gonna call them people who get a disability check, a social security check. People who are not doing well, they need to be like vehicles that are brand new condition, fresh tires, fresh everything, so that you can get around and you can live a productive life. They need to be like low income vehicles. Like and the price of the low income vehicle will be like $2,500 for a brand new car. Either like I think like 3,500 for a brand new SUV, 2,500 for like a brand new you know, like a Camry or a Honda or something like that. We get certain companies to make them. So brand new car, 2,500, 3,500, and you get a payment plan. Like $80 or something a month. For a brand new car. Insurance is free. If you're low income, you get free insurance, liability, all that. You don't pay insurance. That you get insurance for free, just like somebody like me. I get Medicaid, so you get insurance. Car insurance is free. You don't pay for car insurance, and you get a low income car that's $2,500 a month. You can pay it off as like $80 or $75 or however much you want to pay it. If you got enough saved up, you can pay it off. So you got a brand new car, and it has like a warranty with it, like a 3-year warranty, like something like that. 3-year warranty. So if your brakes go out, if your alternator goes out, if your spark plugs, you can get it serviced, because it's very difficult to get around. Like living like with public transportation. Like New Orleans is like amazing as far as public transportation, but like most cities, like it's not. America is not a walking country. It's not a country where you can walk and get everything you need done. In America, there's such a thing as food deserts. In America, there's such a thing as the hour commutes. In America, there's such a thing as people working multiple jobs and having to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get to their work. You cannot really function and have a productive life if you don't have a car. If you're able-bodied, if you're not blind, if you're not some sort of drunken deviant, you need to be able to get like a vehicle that's affordable, that's warranted, that you can always use. So since I'm talking about Nina Turner, let's talk about affordable cars, low income cars, $2,500 to $3,500, an SUV, 3,500, mid-size, car like a Camry or a Cadillac, some that size. I don't know cars like that, but like a 4-door regular size car, 2,500, low price, no insurance, warranted for 3 years, and you can do stuff like drive for Uber or drive for Lyft. You can do, because it's a brand new car, and you can do all of the little services. I think that's a wonderful idea. I think that's a wonderful idea that needs to be instituted, because we live in a gig economy and some people got a certain level of hustle, but it's kind of hard for very poor people. Like there's a ton of poor people who don't have cars, who have to rely on public transportation. So that needs to be remedied. That needs to be rectified. Cars should be super duper affordable. New cars that you can do all the things that you are capable of doing in the modern economy. That's something that should be instituted. So let's see if we can work on that. And all public transportation should be free. You should never have to come up with quarters to ride the bus. You should never have to pay for a mother effing trolley, something that only goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. You should never have to pay for something like that. You shouldn't have to pay for a subway. You shouldn't have to pay for a train. You shouldn't have to pay for any of those services. Those are a ferry. You shouldn't have to pay for any of that. There should be no toll on the road. All of that should be free. All of that is a public service. All of that is a public good. Not have to pay for anything that's like that to travel around the town, to travel from back and forth. You shouldn't have to pay for public transportation. It's public transportation. It should be free. And, while I'm doing it, bring back the mother effing payphone. Bring back the payphone, but this time it's not the payphone, it's the free phone. It's just a phone like it was before. It's a phone with buttons. It's a phone with buttons. It's a phone just like it was, but there's no quarter, there's no nothing. You don't have to pay no money. It's phones all over the country, phones in every place you could be, because if there's an emergency, if you're in the middle of nowhere, if your little if your little smart device just so happens to die, what are you gonna do if your little brick with no buttons dies in the middle of nowhere? What you gonna do? Big business got rid of the payphone. If you have a bunch of chains, there was a payphone on every corner. You could go there and call a dependable person, not somebody like an evil Cheryl Anderson, but you could call somebody. If you want to call Cheryl, 318-751-5214. Call up. Let her know her brother is in dire straits and is dying, and all you gotta do is send a little bit of money and he'll be saved. See if you can get her to help me. uh, oh, I appreciate that Nina Turner said the Christian Bible and not the Bible. I appreciate that she said in the Christian Bible, Paul said, when I was a child, I spoke as a child, I ate as a child, but then when I became a man, etc. I appreciate that she framed it like that. What have you done with the power? Power corrupts absolutely. I don't believe that. I don't Power does not corrupt absolutely. But power has to be used. But I can't believe that power corrupts absolutely and I want to be a literal American king. Those two things don't go together because a king, is the highest aspiration for any human man. Nothing is higher than a king. Nothing is greater than a king. Nothing has more power than a king. Nothing is more regal than a king. Nothing is more special than a king. But she's talking about Gaza, Palestine. Oh my God, this mother kid. 18,000 people dead. 42,000 people maimed and injured. 60% of 60% of Gaza blown up. Look at this. See, now this is compassion. This is empathy. Like I don't know what point in the interview I'm at, but like what Nina is talking about is like a young girl, 5 or 6, that's shaking like a leaf by being within a war torn country, and she's like being empathetic of what they're going through, what they're suffering through. It's like there's no other woman like there's no other woman or man like Nina Turner. Nina Turner is beyond special. The only person I felt like Nina Turner about, two people. The only two people who I felt like Nina Turner is two white men. I just love white men. The two white men are the only people who I felt like as far as politicians who I felt like about Nina Turner. And Nina Turner blows both of these white men out of the water. Ron Paul, not Rand Paul, the father, Ron Paul, and Jesse Ventura. Like this is the like Nina Turner is like the third politician who I felt like is like really a transformative, politician or a statesman, like somebody who, if the powers that be could be fought, if the because she said that politics is a competition, but within the fact that it's a competition, the people who have power within politics do a lot of things to make sure that certain people do not rise to prominence. Like, you're not allowed to speak in certain debates, you're not allowed to be put in certain states, as ballot initiatives. Like, they do all kind of things to make sure that good people don't rise to power and get rid of the wicked, evil system that is holding the world back, and it's making it to where the OG Catholic Church, big business, and the wicked ones, and maybe even Lucifer Morningstar, can take the world, into the permanent, black. You live in my house, pay for everything. I appreciate how she said it. How she said, go after Hamas surgically. Don't just throw bombs around. Don't just like check out my only true, real, living OG. At the end of the day, I have two OGs and a hero. My ultimate OG is Dick Gregory. Richard Claxton Gregory, the man who made the book Nigger for his mother. You know, activist, comedian, freedom fighter, brilliant man. That's my ultimate OG. My original OG, first OG, the man who opened up my third eye, who gave me my gaze, who made me the man that I am. Jim Carrey made the mask, and Edward James Anderson Sr. made the mask. But I never would have been the caliber of person that I was if it wasn't for this man who showed up on YouTube, who dispelled the Jesus Christ conundrum, who told me about the sun god Horus. Sergeant Willie Pete is my only real living OG. Check out Sergeant Willie Pete and my hero, Patrice Lumumba Malcolm O'Neal. Two OGs and a hero. Both my OGs are dead. And Sergeant Willie Pete is alive and well, doing great work. Check him out. He does great things. So check out Sergeant Willie Pete. He made the mask. Who the mask is. Nina Turner talking about it be okay. For all you idiots who think that Michelle Obama could run for president, do you think Michelle Obama is any kind of woman the caliber of a mother effing Nina Turner? Have you ever heard Michelle Obama speak this way, talk this way, walk this way? That she's not a politician. That's not what she is. That's not what she does. Michelle Obama, wonderful woman, great person. But she does not have the the composition, the composure to do politics. That's not who she is. That's not what she can do. She can never do what Nina Turner is doing in this interview. And that's what it would take for a black woman to be president. You would need a black woman like Nina Turner. Like, Michelle Obama let people get away with calling her a man. Like I listened to the Judge Joe Brown interview on PBD, that kind of right wing, interview thing. They're Republicans, but they're Republicans in such a way that they can pretty much interview some of everybody. So I was watching the judge, and I'm gonna leave a link to it. So I was watching this, and somewhere in the interview, they said that there was like, what do you think Michelle Obama is? And Judge Joe Brown is Judge Joe Brown, so he ain't really want to like answer that question. So he was like, I don't know what she is, but anyway, it's like how you like Michelle Obama is an obvious woman. It's an obvious woman. There's no man anywhere in the world that looks like Michelle Obama. There's no surgery, there's no pills, there's no hormones that can make you look like Michelle Obama. Now I said years ago that I don't particularly find Michelle Obama to be an attractive woman in the face, but she's an obvious woman. That's a woman. So the fact that she just allowed people to get away with that ridiculous racist lie is like proof that she could never be a politician. There's no way in hell Nina Turner would let you get away with calling her up, man. She wouldn't let you get away with that shit. You ain't gonna call Nina Turner no man. You ain't gonna call Nina Turner no monkey. You will verbally and possibly physically get your ass whooped. That's why Michelle Obama can never be president because there's a rumor that Michelle is secretly, Michael or some nonsense that racist white people and racist, other kind of people have come up with that she's secretly a man somehow. Fuck out of here. Talking about restaurants giving tips, that they still like even in modern day that they don't pay, they don't like yeah we got to one thing I wish that Nina talked about in this interview is universal basic income. There needs to be universal basic income, and I believe that it should be like that every adult should automatically, be receiving $30,000 a year, and okay, here's what I think. $30,000 is low income. Let's make that the thing. $40,000 is average. 30,000, 35,000 is low income. So if you making 30, so universal basic income should be $30,000 a year for every adult. You automatically qualify for low income housing. You have access to low income automobiles. All public transportation is free. Buses, trains, ferries, trolleys, all of that is free. You know, and you have insurance automatically, and you have food stamps that for one person, instead of like a single man could have $500 in food stamps for the month. So you could like eat really, really well. $500 for a month, to feed yourself, have food, even sell food, that would be really, really well too. So $500 in food, and you can get hot food with food stamps. Let's do that because there's a thing where you can't like if you got food stamps, you can't go to McDonald's, you can't go to Popeyes, you can't even go to Walmart and go to the deli. You have to get cold food or whatever. That needs to change. You need to be able to take an EBT card and buy whatever kind of food that you want to buy from anywhere you want to buy it from, and it should have okay, I don't want to be ridiculous. Let's just say $400 for a single man, and like it goes up if you're like a woman with children and you have more, So $500 is too much, but like $400, so you that's like $400 for food stamps, that's $100 a week you're spending on food. So $100 for a week, and you can divide that up. Anyway, that's like $20 or $15 a day for how you want to arrange things. You can buy water, you can buy snacks, that sort of thing. So very, very supportive. There needs to be fighting. There needs to be, a resistance, like a task force to like fight corruption. Like there needs to be a task force to like fight corruption. Like corruption is crazy. Like what churches and what religious organizations and governments and fucking excuse me, social workers, like social workers, the whole social work system needs to be totally revamped. There's nothing more useless than a goddamn social worker. If you are claiming to be a social worker, and you have a job somewhere, you need to be able to prove that you have a license to do social work, that you pass your exam, and you need to be able to demonstrate the people who you've assisted and you've helped through your social work. And if you can't, then you will get jailed. No more fake social workers. Shout out Cheryl J. Anderson. 318-751-5214. Librarian, Pines Road, Shreveport, Louisiana. Go see her. Tell her brother is like being kidnapped in the basement, is being tortured. See if you can get her to give like $10 to get, like, it's a $10 ransom. See if you, I think you can get her to help it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, she's talking about voting, and voting is something that I can't do right now, but we need to talk about voting on all levels, and not just voting, but also running for office. Like, we gotta we should vote. Like, voting is important, voting is necessary, but voting as an individual is meaningless if you are going to be a person who votes. If you're going to be somebody who says, I'm a voter, I'm going to vote, then you have to be some kind of an advocate for whom and what you're voting for. Like, you can't be somebody who privately, in my heart, I cast a ballot. Like, I'm gonna go into the ballot booth and nobody's gonna know who I voted for. Your one vote for whoever you're voting for doesn't matter. If you're gonna vote, then you need to get on your Instagram, you need to get on your Facebook, you need to get on your Twitter, you need to get on the greatest website of all time, you need to get on your YouTube channel and tell everybody who you're voting for, why you're voting for them, and try to convince everybody who you know to vote for the same person that you're voting for. You need to run for the people that you're running for. Like, if you're voting locally, then you need to get out in your city and you need to get out in the street. You need to try to get on the radio. You need to take out ads. You need to do whatever you can do. You need to go to your church. You need to go, to your job and say, hey, vote for this person, vote for that person. Who are you voting for? Voting as an individual is absolutely meaningless. If you're gonna vote, then you need to convince people to vote for who you're voting for. So you're not voting as an individual. You're voting as a block. You're voting as a team. You're voting as a movement. So if you're gonna be somebody who's voting, then you need to tell everybody you can who and what you're voting for and why, and campaign for who you're voting for. And you need to vote for judges, because you mentioned judges. You need to vote for sheriffs. You need to vote for the dog catcher. And you need to run for office, because running for office pays money and it has prestige. So run for office. Run for your school board. Run for aldermen, run for all of that, campaign for people, get involved in every level of politics, and of course, always fight corruption and fight poverty. Sponsored by sell out niggas, sell out Negroes, sell out Negroes, Congressional Black Caucus, a nothing organization, every bit as useless as the NAACP. The NAACP needs to be like, retired, like the MF and Klan. Like, it's just a bunch of do nothing Negroes that ain't about nothing. The black moderate. I'm a black radical. I'm a black radical. Look at my hat. Look at my hat. The Damon Wayans. The black moderate is the biggest threat to black liberation. The black moderate is the biggest threat to black liberation. I'm Damon Wayans. I'm Major Payne. I ain't no moderate. I'm a radical. Titles are good, but purpose is better. Titles are good, but purpose is better. Titles are good, but purpose is better. You preaching. The world shakes, shiver, and quake, shiver, and quake, shiver, and quake. Whitebeard is coming. January 6, 2024 is Mr. Massman's 21st birthday. Mr. Massman and Edward is one and the same, but not the same. Edward's birthday is July 2nd, 1989, but Mr. Massman is a supernatural force. I ain't got no age. I'm beyond comprehension, So I was not really caring about having an actual birthday. But because I came with Edward in high school, ninth grade, I was the mascot Flex then. And, I was like talking, to myself while I was playing the saxophone in band class. I was like, I'm the mask man. I was talking that shit then. So I'm 20 years old, but January 6th is when Mass Man turns 21. That's when the community guideline strike comes off, and this channel can become everything that could always become. I got one video that has 32,000 views, and if I could do something like that consistently today, I'm monetized. I'm doing really, really well. I'm doing great. I'm doing amazing. If I can get that kind of viewership on a regular basis. And even though in 10 years I want to be, really, 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 really large, like have multiple millions, like 30 million, like 25 million, 30 million, 35 million subscribers on this channel, 15 million on Edward J. Anderson Jr. and like 75, 85, 100 million on Mr. Massman TV and movies. Want to have a relationship with Jeffrey Donovan, the creator of Burn Notice. I want to bring like him and the guys who made Mythbusters, probably just the guy with the mustache, because I heard that those two men don't get along, or those two men ain't really friends. So after like 16, 18 years of working together, they probably don't want to work together anymore. So if I can only work with one of those two, I'd want to work with the white man with the big, thick mustache and bring him into Mr. Massman Movies and Television. And we can do some stuff over there and we can do some stuff over here, because I believe that the Mythbusters, like making things official and absolutely right and clearing, and they got to come on it. Like, I just need to bring Mythbusters back, all the way, and it needs to be all the way right, so definitely got to bring that, and cases and laws and stuff. Like, I got to get a relationship with Judge Judy as well. Not Judge Joe Brown. I love Judge Joe Brown, but Judge Judy is the hood's favorite judge. The Shaw Ring Gun, baby. Kakashi, baby. Kakashi, you are in my gaze. Put you in the gaze. Put you in the gaze. Put you put you in the gaze. A rematch between Donald Trump and Joseph R. Biden. Donald Trump stomps the F out of Donald Trump stomps the F out of Biden. Donald Trump's gonna stomp Joe Biden. Donald Trump gonna stomp Joe Biden. Man, we are not gonna have any kind of Democratic person that's gonna be able to beat Donald Trump. The only way that Donald Trump is not the president in 2024 is if somebody just kills him. That's the only way that he's not the president. I'm sorry. I don't as much as I like Donald Trump, I really don't feel that he's kind of good for America, but there's just nothing. There's just nobody else. And stop saying this nonsense. Oh, democracy ain't gonna be around. They ain't gonna be democracy. Man, come on, man. We man, we had Man, we had Ronald Reagan and LBJ. You think Donald Trump can destroy America? Get the hell out of here, man. I want peace so I can have some peace. That's what I told. I want peace so I can have some peace. That's one of the last things I told my mother before she killed herself. It's like, Mama, I just want peace, man. Why are you stressing me? Why you bothering me? She was having a mental breakdown. She was going through it, and she was like, you know, I was I love you, Nina. I love you, Nina. Find Brittany Williams. Bring her back to me. She my soulmate. You can find her. You can go to NSU and ask where that bitch at. Hey Nina, you single? Mr. Bass man, it's coming. I love black people. Everybody should live. Systems can change. Policies can change. You gotta make sure it happens. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. All right, that was my reaction. I don't know if y'all can hear all of that, but I believe that you could. It was kind of loud for me, but that was my third listen to the Nina Turner Breakfast Club interview. I don't know how many videos I'm gonna do today. December 14th. I took off December 13th. That was my day off. That was a celebration day. I finally got into like the best shelter in New Orleans. They say that they're going to do some restructuring and changing, so maybe it's not as good as it was, but hopefully I can stay there until I get my housing. 2024, get my Google Pixels, stack up a bunch of bread, get my TVs, get my streaming services, get everything I need to have to like be the GOAT YouTuber, to be the LL Cool J of YouTube, to be the Suge Knight on YouTube, to be the king of the South, the man of Louisiana, the man of Texas, a true, literal, actual, physical American king, not a dictator, not an evil man by any stretch of the imagination, but somebody who does great work, who does great things. We need royalty, we need kingdoms, we need kingship, we need paradise. You cannot do it with all this fiat and all this government bureaucracy and all this corruption. You need somebody who can cut through the red tape and do good things that need to be done. We need kings. This is not. We gotta have president. We gotta have mayors and all of that. But we need kings too. America has to be a paradise, the land of milk and honey. We have to be all that we can be. Nina Turner is a beautiful woman, the sexy Nina Turner. And we're doing great work over here at Mr. Mass Man Incorporated. We've always done great work, but I didn't know how great I was until after I had four or five private conversations with the most beautiful woman that has ever lived, the finest there is, the finest there was, the finest that there ever will be, Naomi Banks. until I talked to her privately for whatever reason that she allowed me to do that, changed my life, put me on another path, made me feel like I could have a relationship with God because she said that He wasn't cursing me, and made me feel like I'm actually good at what I do for a living, that I'm actually talented at this YouTube thing, that I'm actually qualified to make money and be seen and be somebody. I didn't recognize that there was a campaign by, certain forces in the company to keep me from rising up, to keep me from being as good as I was capable of being. I just thought I was chopped liver. I just thought I was terrible at this. And I thought, that I had to like do something else, but I can really excel in this. I can really succeed. I can really do well. And I can really be amazing. Nina Turner is one of the best politicians, and she needs to I don't know what she needs to do, but she needs to do something to like groom more people like herself. Like whatever is in her needs to be in other people. Like she needs to like put other kind of pot. Like she needs to do like a record label kind of. She needs to do like the Nick Cannon farm system, or like finding politicians like herself, black men and women, to like get in government and speak the way that she speaks, talk the way that she talks. She's a real bona fide black politician that talked about, free healthcare and reparations for black people. Like she's beyond cold. And and I love her to death, So, I signed up for like the workers thing. Even though I'm retired, I'm never gonna have another real actual job a day in my life. When I get a new car, like in 2026, when I get a new car, I may start driving like for the Ubers and the Lyfts, because I believe it'll be a great way to make money and a great way to promote the channel, get a lot of subscribers, make money while I get subscribers. I think that'll be a beautiful thing. But like working at like Target or Walmart or fucking Burger King, anything like that, I'm through with that. I ain't doing that ever again. But I do want to stand up for workers, because we do need, because things like the public library and Walmart are public service, and they should always be open. They should always be functioning. Like two things that needs to happen. There needs to be a lot of 24-hour public libraries, and there needs to be a gang of 24-hour super Walmarts. That's just what needs to happen. You should always be able to go into a Walmart and get what you need, buy what you need, steal what you need. If your life, depends on it, then Walmart should never be closed. The public library should never be closed. Okay. I hope you could have heard, what Nina was saying. She said a lot of stuff. She talked about Joe Biden. She talked about Gaza. She talked about politicians. Politics is a competition. This silly thing that Negroes say that, oh, we're just gonna give our vote to this person, we just gonna give our vote to that person. No, it's like people are looking for other people. People are looking for politicians who can enrich and change their lives. If the Democrats ain't gonna do nothing for you, then damn, I might as well vote for a Republican. Or if I can't stomach the Republican, if I'm built like a Willie D, then damn it, I just won't vote at all. So we have to like hold, our elected officials accountable, to do what they say. And, if they don't, we have to like punish them for like holding public office and not delivering for the people. Like way more politicians need to be like indicted, way more politicians need to be sued, way more politicians needs to be penniless and in the gutter and in jail and ridiculed and put out of office. Like it should not be easy to take. It should never be easy to remove an elected official from office. That shouldn't be easy, but it should be possible, and especially judges. I'm a judge. It should really be possible to take a judge off the bench if they're abusing their authority, if they're abusing their power. It should be more than possible to take somebody who got into a seat of power and is abusing their power. That should be possible. That should be practical. There needs to be mechanisms for that to get done. And I believe that a woman like Nina Turner, could be the engine of change. I don't know how old Nina Turner is, but She looks young to me. So I think one day, she needs to run for president. And I don't know who our running mate would be, but let's make it black on black. Let's make it black woman as the lead and a black man as the vice president. I think that'll be wonderful. Black man, black woman, or rather, black woman, black man running the country, putting us to the highest level. Nina Turner, Edward J. Anderson, Jr., the man that's 34, Mr. Mass Man, the man that's 20, 21, January 6, 2024. I acknowledge you. I acknowledge you. I acknowledge you. Okay. We did it at the beginning. Now let's do it at the end. Let's get it up. Let's get it out the paint. Let's break down. This has been a great video. I've had an amazing time. I love spending time with you guys. And check out my favorite video of all time. It's going to be my favorite for years to come. I didn't even mean to do it like that. I just did it like that. I was staying at a rackety bullshit place called the Osmond Inn, 2029 Poydras Street, New Orleans, Louisiana. Look up the zip code because I can't remember it. I was staying at the Osmond Inn and I was just going off. I was just popping off at the mouth. I was just kind of freestyling like a motherfucker, and I release, my most amazing content, to date, the most amazing thing I've ever done. And even though I can do crazy, crazy, crazy great work, it was that video that gave me a vision from God where I saw Dick Gregory and Patrice O'Neal. So it'll always be my favorite, and one day I'll top it, but check it out. It's called Back in My Day. Hulkamania is running wild. Yvette Carnell, please contact me. Check that video out. I'll leave a link to it. Dopest video of all time. Should have a lot of hits, but YouTube is still in the process of suppressing me. I don't know if that video is ever gonna go viral. It's ever gonna do really, really well. But that video dope as fuck. To the 81 now. It's 81. It was hovering at 70 for a while. But to the 81 motherfuckers who checked that video out, ain't it great? Did you like it? Did you love it? Okay. Sign offs. Let's make this video right at an hour. Okay, we got 3 minutes, so let's give it up. Brittany Williams is the most important woman to me in my whole life. She's the most special. She's the most precious. She's the one who gave me my self-confidence, who gave me my sense of self-worth, who made me feel like a man that matters, a man that could be loved, a man that could be valued, a man that could be desired, a man that could be wanted. There will never ever be a person that's more important and is more special to me than her. I will literally lay down. I don't want to die for nobody. I'm afraid of death. I don't want to not exist. But everybody gotta have a line in the sand. Everybody gotta have a breaking point. If I ever had to die for anybody, me, the one who wants to bind and slay the Reaper, it would be Brittany Williams. I would die for her. Wouldn't die for my mama? Nope. Wouldn't die for my daddy? Nope. Wouldn't die for the woman I would love to marry. But that woman, lay down my life and die for. I love you. Forever my lady, my heart belongs to you. Okay. And shout out AskNaomi.com. Naomi Banks, Naomi's World. Check her out. She could change your life. She could transform you into a whole new person, man. She ain't right about everything. Jada's cool. And Tasha K. Come on, son. You serious? Tasha K and Jada Pickett? You better than that. Jada and Tasha? What you talking about with him? Oh, come on, Denise. Come on. Oh, Denise Huxtable, come on. Chill. Okay. Let's sign off. Okay. In the words of Thug Titian, the one that stood up for thugs, the one who would stand up against those evil, wicked baby mamas who would take everything from a man who would just be fat, lazy, and wouldn't contribute nothing to the world, who just wanted to live off the state, who wanted to be the Maury Povich perpetual baby daddy after baby daddy after baby daddy. You ain't the father, you ain't the father, you ain't the father. He stood firm and he stood tall. A black man from the UK, a black man from another country, a black man from Europe, a black Brit. He was a real one. He was an old Abba and preach ass nigga. He was a real one. He would always say more later, later. The owner and the founder of the Rise and Grind, riseandgrind.com, Daniel Freeman out of Compton, California. Compton. Real ass nigga. Didn't like them sisters either. Real one. Called the man on the phone. Probably would have called me more times, but he gave me an encouraging pep talk and made me feel like I could get through it. Check out his books. He has 4 books that's in digital copies that you can find on Amazon.com. Check it out. How to Make a Dollar Out of 15 Cents. Excuse me. How to Make a Dollar Out of 15 Cents. And the guide to like how to live in a new city, you know, how to deal with haters, you know, stuff like that. He would say, next time, partner. Somebody tell me how to spell partner. Somebody tell me how to spell that. And in my words, the judge of all mankind. Bang, bang is the sound of the gavel. Bang, bang is the sound of the gun. And the Beyond the Rap, because this is Mr. Mass Man's channel. This is not Edward J, J-A-Y-E, J, capital J, capital Edward J. Anderson, Jr. channel. This is Mr. Mass Man channel. So we end with the Beyond the Rap because I'm Bugs Bunny. I'm the Beyonder. I ain't trying to hurt you. I'm just trying to trap you. I'm just trying to beat you. You can't beat me. I'm supernatural, man. I'm the man. The Beyond the Rap. So, in the words of Thug Titian, stood firm, stood tall. More later. In the words of Daniel Freeman, Rise and Grind, How to Make a Dollar Out of 15 Cents. Next time, partner. And in my words, the judge. Bang, bang is the sound of the gavel. Bang, bang is the sound of the gun. And it's the Beyond the Rap, y'all. Y'all have been beyond cruel. I am beyond old, and I am beyond cold. I am beyond good, and I am beyond great. I am beyond straight, and I am beyond sweet. I am beyond kind, and I am beyond fine. Some like wine. I am the Beyonder, and I am beyond you. One more time for the cheap seats. If you didn't hear me first time, the world has been cruel. I'm an old man, even though I'm 34. And y'all have been beyond cruel. I am beyond old, and I am beyond cold. Shout out Danny Myers. Once again, y'all have been beyond cruel. I am beyond old, and I am beyond cold. I am beyond good. Oh yeah, let's go back one more time. Dolomite shit. This is some Dolomite shit. Y'all have been beyond cruel. I am beyond old, and I am beyond cold. I am beyond good, and I am beyond great. I am beyond straight, and I am beyond sweet. I am beyond kind, and I am beyond fine. Something like wine. I am the Beyonder, and I am beyond